I don't even know where to start with that performance. So there you have it. Villa's 4-game Premier League winning streak comes to an end against Liverpool. We were well beaten 2-0. That scoreline probably a little bit flattering to us on the general play of 90 minutes. So we're going to be reviewing everything today that has just happened in that Liverpool game. But if you are enjoying the content, like I say, we're 50 or so subscribers away from 3,900. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you could go down, hit the like button, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and comment down below. As much as I love the likes, the subscribers and stuff like that, I love making this football content because of the comments, the discussions that we can have down below. So go ahead and leave your thoughts on this Aston Villa versus Liverpool game. Again, it was a 2-0 loss. It's very disappointing. Let's break it down. Here I have the foot mob, like I say, 2-0 Salah and Gravenberch, the player that I just, if you go back and watch my preview, I said that's the one player that I hope Liverpool don't have back fit. And my God, did he run this game. And like I say, we were well beaten. 16 shots to our 10, an XG of 1.09 to our 0.31, and they had more of the ball, 54% possession. They did have the ball in the back of the net, Ekatike with a goal that was offside, and that was a massive let-off, right? And when that went in, I was just thinking, let's get through to half-time. Yeah, back of the net, it's fine. The line was good. He did go early. He was offside. Let's just hold this until the second half. Going at 0-0, we feel good. We come out with a bit of confidence. Obviously didn't happen. EMI Martinez, sick of the guy. Ever since the fiasco in the summer, he hasn't looked like the same goalkeeper for me. Gives the ball straight to Mo Salah and gets the assist. It's 1-0 to Liverpool on the stroke of half-time. And right there and then, I think every Villa fan knew the game was dead. And then it was made even deader when Ryan Gravenberch, on the edge of the 18-yard box, was given about 6,000 years to watch the evolution and death of the dinosaurs, whether that was millions of years, however long he was given enough to do all of that and get a deflected goal to make it 2-0. I don't know why he wasn't being closed down on the edge of the box, something that Villa have been guilty of very, very often. If we look here at the player ratings, I would totally agree with what FootMob have said there. Gravenberch ran this game from start to finish. He was absolutely immense. EMI Martinez, 4.3. We're going to get into my ratings very, very soon. But this is actually relatively spot on, bar a couple of different ratings that I would like to give. Now, what does that mean for the Premier League table? Well, let's have a little look at what it means for Villa. It means we drop back into the bottom half, and things could get worse if Newcastle win against West Ham, which you would expect them to. I would expect Villa to be finishing this Premier League game week in 12th place. Definitely not where we want to be. But hey, after the start of the season we're 9 points above the relegation zone. So you know what? Every cloud has a silver lining, and we are still one of the most informed teams in the league. So let's not hopefully panic too much too early. The manner of the defeat panics me a little bit and worries me, and it's why I'm a little bit annoyed. I probably can't be as passionate as animated as I would like because my little one is sleeping. But yeah, not good, right, to finish after 10 Premier League games being 12th. It's not ideal, but it means that we still have 28 games to pick ourselves up and get back into those European spaces. I would expect Brighton, Palace, Sunderland and Bournemouth to slightly fall off. So there's some positions that we can gain. Liverpool go back up to 3rd place. And again, this streak was never going to last for very long. It's annoying that it has to be Villa to end it. Of course it was going to be Villa, but it is what it is. We look ahead now to a massive game against Bournemouth next week. But let's just get it out of the way and do the Rodgers Reports player ratings. And again, if you're looking for a Villa channel that knows ball and knows Aston Villa, this is the exact team that I predicted would start this game in my preview, which is up on the channel from a couple of days ago. You can go and fact check me on that. I'm not getting HMRC'd. I knew we were going to line up like this. We did line up in the 4-4-2. We sat in, but a couple of players were unusually off of their game and terrible. And it cost us big time. Now, EMI Martinez, I'm going to give a 0. I don't care what you do, you can't pass the ball straight to the opposition and let them score on the stroke at half time. And his reaction to it, he didn't even care, to be honest with you. I think he's so done with Villa, and to be honest, what is he now, 33 years of age? His form and quality is just going right off the side of a cliff. I think a lot of fans share the sentiment that I share, that I'm just a bit sick of him this season. After all the antics of the summer, I'm a little bit sick of him. Now, Matty Cash, I'm actually going to give a 7-2. I thought he dealt with Cody Gakpo really, really well down that right-hand side. Maybe I'm a full Cash convert. I am not 100% sure. But I think out of everyone, he got forward. He put some half-decent balls into the box. He was dealing with Guasson in front of him, who we'll get onto. But I think Cash was one of the better performers today, alongside Ezri Konsa, who I will give an 8-2. Now, the closing down on the edge of the box, it wasn't on Konsa's side. First of all, it was on Powell's side. And second of all, our midfielders, who I don't think were great today, need to be there, and they need to be better at closing down on the edge of the box. But Ezri Konsa was Ezri Konsa. He gave the ball away once, I think. But otherwise, he's so calm, he's so composed. An absolutely outrageous block at one point in the game, I think it was in the second half, to deny an obvious third goal for Liverpool. Konsa was fantastic. For me, one of the players that was off of it today, and he has been really, really good recently, was Pau Torres. I'm going to give him a 4. Giving the ball away quite a lot. It wasn't his fault for the Salah goal. He made the angle, he split. It was Martinez trying to do a stupid blind pass and giving it straight to Salah. But Powell wasn't his general self, and made quite a few mistakes on the ball for me. Luca Digne, really, really poor today. I'm going to give him a 2. Mohamed Salah had him like butter on a crumpet. He was melting him down that wing the entire game. I would have liked to see Maatsen start a game like this, where you're coming up against those pacey wingers that can punish you. And when Maatsen came on, Salah barely had any joy down that left-hand side. Could be telling. I think Maatsen will get the nod in Europe, and I think if he puts in a good performance in Europe against Tel Aviv, then he could come knocking on that door, because Digne was really out of depth against Salah today. Onana, I'm going to give Onana a 6, because out of the 2 centre mids, he was probably the better one. But again, gave the ball away too many times, playing out of the back, something that we've done so well against City, and today it was so poor. And that goes for Kamara as well. He gave the ball away more times than I care to mention. Liverpool should have had probably 2 goals from Kamara mistakes. Did not look himself today. Had an off day. It happens. I still think he's a fantastic player, but he was very, very off today. Guasson, I'm going to give a 2. I don't know what he offers. Gave away a stupid foul defensively. Didn't really get as mucked in defensively. Out of position a couple of times. Not tracking. Not pressing. And offered effectively 0 going forward. McGinn, I'll give a 5. Here, there and everywhere. A typical McGinn performance. But couldn't get anything going out on that left-hand side, which is a shame. Especially because I thought Sancho looked really, really good when he came on. And I will get into the subs. Watkins, I'll give a 5. His hold-up play was a bit better. Link-up play a bit better, but he just offers 0 at the moment. Ollie Watkins offers absolutely 0. And then probably my other shout for sort of Aston Villa man of the match. Obviously, the man of the match is going to be a Liverpool player. I think Konsa and Rodgers were the 2 today. Rodgers, thank God, looks like he's starting to recapture that form of the Rodgers of the first half of last season. And if he can do that, and everyone else can play how they have played against City and the games before that, then oh my God, we could be cooking. But he just chose to do it in a game where everyone else was terrible, which isn't his fault. It just happens sometimes, right? Now, in terms of the subs, he came on and came off, Mings, I think, in the end, injured his hamstring. Again, he came on, he done all right defensively in the sort of 10-minute cameo that he did have. It's fine. Hopefully that injury isn't too serious. Now, Ian Maatsen, I thought, looked really, really positive, really good defensively when he came on. I know it's when he plays more minutes that he can lose concentration, but in the cameo that he had, I thought he done really, really well. Now, I can't remember whether it was Onana or Kamara who came off, because to be honest with you, my brain had mentally switched off by that point, but I think it was Onana. I can't remember. But anyway, Ross Barkley came on. Barkley might have actually come on for like Guesson or something. I can't even remember. But anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to Barkley as well. I'll give him a 7.5. He looked really, really good when he came on. I don't know where Barkley fits into this team. I don't think he's ever going to be a starter. But I think he looked really, really good when he came on. And that's positive to have him back on the bench. Back looking really, really good. It must have been for Guasond, actually. Because then Sancho came on the left-hand side. And again, I meant to do a 7 there. Sancho looked really, really good when he came on. I know the game's done. It's stretched. He had a bit more time. But him and Maatsen, that link-up looks very, very good indeed. And then Marlon came on, made some runs, had a half-decent shot at goal. Marlon done more in half an hour with that shot that Watkins done. I think Watkins could play 120 minutes against that Liverpool team and do less. So I have to give him that shout out as well. And overall, what do I think? They're the reigning champions of England for a reason. They're probably still a favourite to be challenging for that Champions League, Premier League, etc. The FA Cup when that rolls around. And the Premier League teams start joining that competition. And I predicted we'd lose. In my preview, I said I thought we'd at least put up a fight, which is what we're going to get onto. I thought we'd lose 2-1. We lost 2-0. We could have easily lost 4-5-0. I know we hit the post. We hit the bar. The bar was a deflected shot. I understand they scored one as well. The post was a brilliant curling effort from Rodgers. But apart from those moments, what did Villa do? Ask yourself that. We rolled over for Liverpool. It reminded me of when the atmosphere seemed to get on top of the players in Deventer with the go-ahead Eagles. There's still cracks from the start of this season that are apparent in this team, and it showed today. They crumbled a couple of players off of their game, and we sit down, we lie down, we roll over, we say tickle our belly and walk all over us. Come and get your clean 3 points, because we're not going to do anything this game, and that happened again. So it's the manner of the defeat that's a little bit disappointing for me. Again, a couple of individual performances that I've already gone through. But ultimately, yes, we are probably going to finish match week 10 in 12th position. But we've still won 4 of our last 5 games. We've still beat Tottenham and Manchester City back-to-back before this game. Yes, we have a crazy game next against Bournemouth. But let's back the Villa boys. Go and get a win in Europe. Reset, refocus, and get back on track. Up the Villa.